Hey everybody, David and David here from Payette.com and Upphone.com, and in this video we're going to tell you about the best cell phones of December 2020. Holidays are coming up. You're probably thinking of buying somebody a new phone. Which phone do you get them?
Well, or maybe you're thinking about manipulating someone into buying you a new phone.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't have the money for it.
Yeah, so we're talking about 6 phones in this video, help you find which phone is the best for you, different price points, iOS, Android, the whole thing. Let's start with the Samsung Galaxy S20.
I personally am not the biggest fan, but we had to include it on the list because it is Samsung's flagship phone, and people would just call me a Samsung hater if we didn't have it here. So 64 megapixel camera.
That's in the base model.
Well, yeah, that's what we're recommending, right?
Yeah, top of the line model has a 108.
It does.
If you want to go really crazy with it.
Yep, you could go crazy. So, I mean, David likes this phone more than I do, maybe. David likes the specs. David's a spec guy.
I just think the specs are just over the top.
They are.
Crazy.
They're ridiculous.
And the starting price isn't too unreasonable. It's $9.99 for these over the top specs. 6.2-inch display, 28-hour battery talk time, record video in 8K. It's
crazy powerful.
Yeah, let's talk about the iPhone 12 Pro next up. Kind of your top of the line iPhone.
Yep, got one right here because I'm a top of the line kind of guy. This is an iPhone 12 Pro. 6.1-inch display. It's a little bit blockier, a little bit heavier than the older models. Mm-hmm. David has a 11 Pro over there.
Yep.
But it is a great phone. It's a super fast phone. The LiDAR sensor is super cool. It works a lot better than it used to for AR stuff. It's fabulous.
Yep, 6.1-inch display, as you said. 3 rear 12 megapixel cameras. Megapixels aren't everything, of course. Software also plays a role, and we think the iPhone has superior software to Android's.
We know it.
128 gigabytes is the base model, starts at $999. There's no 1 terabyte iPhone 12 Pro, which some people are a little upset about, but you don't need a terabyte anyway.
This video isn't for those people.
Yeah.
Also, this phone, my buddy Jimmy, he has a Samsung Galaxy S9, I believe, and he was comparing the actual speed of taking photographs on this phone to his phone. Now, granted, his phone is a couple years old, but I was blown away by the fact that on his phone, you'd hit the shutter button and it would be like, photo. But on this phone, you could just take photos all day long. It's just super smooth and fast, and the pictures are better quality. I don't care how many megapixels you got. All right.
Yeah, and if you're thinking about getting the iPhone 12 Pro as a gift for someone, one thing to keep in mind is that it doesn't come with a charger. So make sure you get them a charger because there's not going to be one in the box.
Yeah, and if you want to hear us go off on it, watch our other video.
Yep.
Link in the description section below, card above.
Yes, so maybe you want an Android phone, but not one that's as expensive. Google Pixel 4a 5G is a great option.
Yeah, Google Pixel 5 is a nice phone too, but I think the 4a 5G is a better price point.
Sure.
And just a better phone overall.
Well, I mean, the specs are comparable from the 4a to the 5, and you're taking the savings discount, and I think that's worth it.
This has a 6.2-inch display. It's got 2 cameras in the back. One is 12.2 megapixels, and the other one is 8 megapixels, so a little bit less.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You could pay up a little bit more for the 5 and get slightly better specs, but we recommend just getting the Pixel 4a 5G. Mm-hmm. Very minor spec reductions, but it's worth the savings.
And another example of good software, Google's Night Sight was the first night mode camera stuff, and I think that Apple's might be better now, but this is still great. 128 gigabytes of storage. That's your only choice, but that's the only choice you get in the Pixel 5 too, right?
Yes, that's okay because Google has a lot of great cloud storage services. Google Photos, Google Drive connects seamlessly to the Pixel. Really solid overall phone. Starts at $499. Pretty good deal for a 5G phone.
Yep.
Speaking of good deals for a 5G phone, how about the Samsung Galaxy S20 Fan Edition? We put this higher up on our list than the S20. It's cheaper. Again, you're getting the slightly reduced specs, but it's worth the savings in my opinion. It starts at $699. You're saving $300 right there.
And the specs really aren't bad at all.
Right.
Like the front camera is 32 megapixels. Mm-hmm. What other phone has that? None. Except for the S20.
Yeah. Has a 6.5-inch display, up to 32 hours battery talk time. This phone is really positioned by Samsung as we're going to take all the essential features that our base loves, stick them into a 5G phone that doesn't cost as much as the S20.
I really didn't like the commercial I saw for this one.
Okay.
It's about this father, and it's like, give her the phone that she should have had. Before the coronavirus. I don't know. It's sort of like
that
makes me.
That doesn't sound good.
It's really a crappy commercial. I didn't like the way it made me feel inside, but that shouldn't affect this position.
Don't watch that commercial. Watch this video.
Oh, they just did watch it because I put it in this video.
So our top of the list is 2 iPhones, and it kind of depends on what sort of screen size you want.
Yeah.
You have the iPhone 12 mini and the iPhone 12.
These are awesome phones. I love the iPhone 12 mini because it is the smallest and lightest 5G phone in the world. That should count for something. It's also just as powerful as the iPhone 12 Pro. It has 1 fewer cameras, but it's pretty much the same phone.
Yeah, and you've said this is kind of what you wish the iPhone SE2 was at.
This should be the iPhone SE2. It's just that, you know, I mean, it's a great price too.
Yeah, it starts $699, same price as the FE, newer, better software, you know.
And if you want the bigger screen, pay the extra $100 and get the iPhone 12. Now, you might be wondering, we just said it was $699 and this would be $799. It's only that price on AT&T and Verizon. If you want to use it with a different carrier, add on $30.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know.
Activation fee? I don't know.
No, just Apple going with AT&T and Verizon. Same price for the iPhone 12 Pro on all the carriers. They just worked out a special deal, I guess. But also doesn't affect the position of this phone on our list.
Yeah, so if you're thinking about buying somebody a new iPhone, ask them, the question you should ask them is, how big do you want your iPhone to be? And that should really guide your decision.
It should.
Thanks for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what new phone you're gonna get for the holidays. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more great videos about cell phones.